This video is brought to you by
Cool green clothing coming straight up out of that DMV. You know what it is. This that Baltimore designer right here. Come on now, come and show some love and show some support. Go online right now, coolgreenclothing.com, and make your purchase. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. I'm gonna do something a little different on this episode, so y'all just stay tuned in with me. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you're feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into it. Over the last few decades, a lot of cities has gotten a bad rep for their crime rate. Chicago, Detroit, Birmingham, Milwaukee, DC, Philly, really too many to name. But more importantly to me is my hometown, Baltimore. A narrative has been painted of us as being a drug-infested, low educational, violent place with no future or hope to get better. All Baltimoreans know that's definitely not the only side of the city. It's a beautiful place with a lot of charm, everyday people trying to make it, take care of their family, just like anywhere else. We have so much talent that gets overlooked to the point some might feel like there's no way to make it out. It's a weird culture going on right now, where people get excited or feel good to see their hometown on the US list of worst cities, like it's a claim to fame, when it's not. It's people that want to live a regular life, go to work, out to eat with their peoples, and enjoy a place they call home. But there's certain individuals that give a place I love and majority of my family is still in a bad name. Crime happens everywhere, but certain places get national attention when bad things happen, other than for their good and when the light should be shined. Like our culture, our accent is like nowhere else, our music, the way we dress, our dances. I remember growing up being so proud of where I was from. Even when I lived in Birmingham, everybody knew me as Baltimore and got mad I rep my city so much. But in reality, things have changed a lot. And today on the Baltimore Way, we will take a look into the Brooklyn Homes Day block party that was shot up, leaving 28 people injured and 2 gone. On Saturday, July 1st, in the Brooklyn area of South Baltimore, people all gathered to have a good time and celebrate their community, as they do every year on the annual Brooklyn Homes Day. Everyone was turning up, having a good time. The community came together, including kids, teens, and the older people. As it started getting later into the evening, more people showed up. It was becoming packed. As local artists were to perform, the event got a little pumped up, which is normal for Baltimore. We dance, we party, have a good time. It's videos that's going viral, showing a few hoppers, flashing blitz, and showing everyone engaged in the event. Somewhere in the mix, according to people that were there, some words were exchanged as a few drinks were going around. But it seemed resolved and under control. Then a little after 12 a.m., shots went off from multiple guns. Everybody at the block party scattered, ducking gunfire. People were running with babies, older people in their homes, hiding under beds. It was chaos and panic. As it wasn't just one target, the whole party was being targeted. After the smoke cleared, BPD was called to the 800 block of Gretna Court. When they arrived, it was victims and shell casings everywhere. Over 30 people had been hit between the ages of 13 and 32. Some took themselves to the hospital, but others were still on the scene, including an 18-year-old young lady named Aaliyah Gonzalez and a 20-year-old man named Collis Fabini. Witnesses told police Aaliyah and Collis were both running when the shooting started, but the young lady collapsed on somebody's front steps. They came out to render aid, but unfortunately, she was pronounced gone on the scene. Collis was rushed to a local hospital, but unfortunately, he too would not survive his injuries. The atmosphere was tense as residents were crying and angry. Someone would open fire on the party goers, just trying to celebrate. Videos started going around showing a scene that looked like a war zone. As people stated, it was at least 2 shooters. The incident would reach all platforms on social media and news outlets. It went viral. At least 18 of the victims were hoppers or teens. Aaliyah's mother took to social media and the news after hearing about the situation, asking why would somebody do that to a young lady who had her whole life ahead of her. She had just turned 18, graduated high school, looking forward to adulthood and starting college. The sadness of everybody quickly turned to frustration, as most felt BPD failed the community and should have been at the event. Their response was they usually would dispatch officers to those block parties, but this year they wasn't notified. Residents blamed it on bigger city issues like crimes not being solved, hoppers not having anything to do, and too many guns in the streets. Leaders in the community went to Brooklyn to help clean up the scene and pray over the community. As some called it, the Brooklyn Massacre. City officials vowed to get justice and talk to anybody out there that was seen with a gun. I'm going to do a little commentary on this. Usually I don't speak on events that just happened, but this one hit a nerve. First and foremost, rest in peace to Aaliyah and Collis. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to their families. All the other victims get well soon. I hope y'all can heal from that traumatic experience. You can't blame the hoppers for going to a block party. They did nothing wrong by going to have fun on a summer day. The thing that got me is, even if it was some kind of beef, which let me say this, I don't know, why shoot the whole neighborhood up? People who had nothing to do with nothing. It's sad when I watch the news in my city and see lifelong residents crying out as they don't feel safe going to the store or sending their kids out to play. It's like after Freddie Gray and the city went up, police fell back from solving crimes or even caring about what's going on. I think it's a lot deeper. But when people bring that type of energy somewhere where regular people live and people don't have nothing to do with the streets, to me, that's a sucker move. It don't make you tough just because you have a blick and are willing to shoot. Being tough would have been like, you know what? Yo, I'm beefing with right here, or shorty crack slick, but we not going to do nothing right now because it's innocent people around. BPD announced this year they took over 1,600 unregistered guns off the streets already, some modified with switches. While we running around thinking it's slick to have the biggest weapon or fastest shooting one, we never stop and think, where all these joints coming from? Who made switches? And how we get them if they so illegal? It hurts seeing my city in this light. When I first started doing these stories, I started to shed light on people that made it from the city and positive things to get a hopper's hope. But unfortunately, that's not what people wanted to see. I had to put my message in with the real stories to show how our people are losing our life at a rapid rate. And all we care about is flexing on the grind, who doing what celebrities got this or that, when our babies, women, and men are declining. We never think like, yo, what would make anybody just hit people who did nothing to them? Our city got to do better. I'm not nobody. Or do I display myself to be that? I'm just somebody that's proud of where I come from. A Johns Hopkins baby that loves my city. It made me who I am. No matter where I'm at in the world, I'm always going to rep proudly. And when people say, oh, you from dirty Baltimore, I quickly correct them of our culture, history, and beauty of our city. But it's up to us to change that narrative. Moves like this don't help at all. Last year, thousands of people moved away and left the city at an alarming rate because they are scared, they want to live a regular life. Everybody don't want to be a stepper, and they shouldn't have to choose to leave a city or risk being a target. I hear people debate me and say, like shorty, the city always been crazy. But for my 80s and 90s babies, tell me a time 30 people got hit at once in one spot in the city. I don't have the answers, but I pray and wish the place that taught me how to be a man, hustler, father, and husband will get better. And we wake up and come together the real Baltimore way. Yeah, man, crazy. Rest in peace, them people, man. I ain't gonna say too much more about that. You know, I hope everybody else get well. There's still some people in real critical condition. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Y'all let me know y'all comments on this. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.